Hello, I'm Elisa Zhang, and I'm a physician as well as a life and money coach. On the last video, I talked a little bit about coaches versus teachers versus mentors, and I thought that might make for a good YouTube video, what the difference between those things are. So let's just start with teacher. That's something that we've all had since public school is a thing in the United States. And so hopefully you went to public school at some point, or you went to private school or some school where you had a teacher. So a teacher's role is to instruct or train. Teaching really focuses on the teacher teaching the student specific concepts or information or a specific skill. So the teacher-student relationship is generally a more formal relationship, a more well-defined relationship. So, and usually outside of our public school system, the student will pay the teacher for lessons or to take a class, and in turn, the teacher will teach a student, either a group of students in a class or one-to-one teaching. So, for example, if you have a piano teacher, then the piano teacher teaches the student how to play piano, and in turn, you pay the piano teacher for that service. So I think a lot of people, kind of understand like what the role is between a teacher and a student. Now, when you look at a mentor versus a mentee, this is not something everyone has actually had. Not everyone has actually had a mentor and been a mentee, and not everyone's been a mentor and had a mentee. So a mentor is generally someone who's, a few steps ahead of you and a role that you may hope to have, or just someone who is kind of more experienced than you in some place that you would like to have some experience. Mentoring really focuses on the individual and their path for growth or fulfillment. So the role of a mentor is generally to help an individual kind of discover future goals and help them create a path to get there, or even just open up their mindset or their eyes to what is possible. And usually a mentee will actually approach a mentor for mentorship. This is usually an informal relationship, and this is usually a synergistic relationship. The mentor should get something out of mentoring the mentee, and just like the mentee is going to get something out of their mentorship with the mentor. So mentors typically provide, counsel and guidance. They can provide feedback. Generally, a mentee will ask questions of their mentor, and their mentor, will share answers to through their experiences, maybe even giving stories that come out of their experiences, or just, things that came out of their life and share that with the mentee. So as I said, usually the mentor-mentee relationship is more informal and more synergistic. So an example is a mentee may work for the mentor, and in turn the mentor teaches the mentee skills and to help them advance in their career. Or it may be really just an exchange of ideas. And so the mentee is getting certain type of ideas from the mentor, but the mentor is also getting certain type of ideas from the mentee, and they're just coming from two different places. So that's kind of that mentor-mentee relationship. And the third relationship would be the coach and the coachee, or the client or the athlete. Coaching is probably best known in the sports world. So a sports coach helps an athlete or a team of athletes improve their performance in that sport. So generally, you kind of hire a coach to hone a specific skill or to reach a specific goal. So some coaches are really action-based. They may actually provide like very specific instructions and tell you how to reach that goal, and actually go through each portion of each of those instructions and maybe teach you even skills in order to reach that goal. Then there's another branch of coaching called mindset coaching. And with mindset coaching, it's really about showing the client their thoughts and the results those thoughts are having on their life. So mindset coaching is about helping clients change their thoughts and believe new thoughts so that they can create new results in their life and achieve whatever results they desire. So a great example is weight loss. Most people inherently know how to lose weight, right? You eat less, you exercise more, eat healthier foods, avoid fatty foods, foods with a lot of sugar, desserts, etc. So most people know how to lose weight, but there are a lot of people out there who want to lose weight, who have been working at losing weight, but not been successful at losing weight. And so they may approach a weight loss coach to help them lose weight. And what is that weight loss coach doing? Well, they may be, go over eating plans, going over diet plans, going over exercise. And so they may give some instruction or some teaching, but really it comes to working on the mindset. How do you get someone to actually choose the right foods to eat, choose to eat less, or choose different foods to eat, choose to exercise. Like, how do you get someone to take those actions, right? So taking those actions is what drives our actions is our thoughts and feelings. And so by changing the thoughts and how we feel about something, will change those actions, and also just developing new habits to make those actions a reality. The same is really true for money as well. So what causes us to overspend so that we can't save and invest? Well, usually it's that we're spending money in order to either feel good at the moment or to avoid feeling bad at the moment, right? We might buy something that we really like in order to feel good. That might be, just something that we really want at the time, but, maybe we don't really have it in the budget, but we just really want that object. And why do we want that object? It's because of the way we think we're going to feel by having it, right? And so that's why it goes all about our thoughts, our thought of how we'll feel, and our feelings, how we'll feel when we have whatever, we buy it, then we have it. And, we may have some happiness at that moment, but if we keep doing that and we're overspending, then that leads to those money problems, right? And so how do we change our mindset so that we can produce our own happiness without necessarily buying in order to get it? And just like, how do we produce happiness without eating to get it, right? Like, some people are overweight because they're overeating, because they're eating to feel better, right? Sugar definitely releases dopamine, which makes us feel better, right? So some people, like, I really love ice cream. So, there are times where, eating some ice cream does make me feel better. And it is got a neurochemical basis. It's actually releasing dopamine in the brain. But, we can feel better based on our thoughts. What causes someone to not invest, right? It's usually fear of losing money, fear that they don't know enough, that this might be a bad investment, that the money will be lost. So it's all those thoughts. And you can coach on both the thoughts of, like, actually gaining the knowledge so that you can make a good investment choice, and how to overcome that fear of loss of money. Because yes, it is possible to lose money, but as I've said before, like, there are risks to not investing, and those risks are can be really high too, and not and things that you want to avoid. So what causes us to be underpaid? It may be that's the fear that we don't find something where we could earn as much, or if not more. It may be that we think that we're greedy by actually admitting that we want more, that we want to make more money. It may also be just the discomfort of avoiding change. Like, we're at a job, we don't love the job, but it pays the bills, and the idea of a new job doesn't necessarily excite us. Maybe we think, well, the new job may even be worse, or maybe I don't find a job as good as my job right now. So all these thoughts are what create our current money situation. And so that is what I coach on. I coach people on their money mindset, of their thoughts about money, in order for them to actually, realize how that's holding them back from the financial place that they want to be. And then we start working on changing those thoughts into thoughts that actually serve them, and make it so that they can move forward, so they can either earn more, or invest more, or spend less, or whatever it needs to happen for them to meet their financial goals. So if that's a place where you are, if you're not where you want to be financially, you want to have more passive income, you want to have more net worth, you want to be earning more, you want to transition to a new job, like, these are all things that I help people do by working on their mindset. And so if any of that interests you, I am taking clients. You can go to my website, growyourwealthymindset.com, and schedule a consultation call with me. We can talk about your specific situation and how I can help you. Thanks for watching.